Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Hey deep thinkers, welcome back with me, Dr. Monica Nicole. This is the home of the deep thinkers, honey, okay? Because here we go deep, 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 deep into those conversations that are not just surface level, and there's always some more shit that's going on below the surface. So today's video, we're getting into my top. I couldn't make it to five, so I made it my top six countries that I've been to, solo traveling as a Black woman, because I've already done the countries that was my least favorite, and as I add in more countries, of course, my list and things may change over time. Um, but I've been to a nice amount of countries to be able to rank, what I'm saying, at least my top five and my bottom five. Now, I'll make sure to post a link to the other video down below in the comments for y'all to check out. Now, I want to hear from y'all because I've been having people on Instagram asking me to start doing vlogs, travel vlogs of me living abroad in my countries and things of that nature. And my biggest thing has been like the editing and stuff, but it has been coming up more. And I have been kind of like, I kind of do want to create vlogs, I just got to get over that energy or the feelings of with the editing of the vlogs and stuff. But I want to hear from y'all down below. Are y'all interested in seeing travel vlogs? And if so, is that something that you're interested in seeing weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the case is? Let me know down below. Because I do need to push myself into new energy. As we know, today is the new moon in Pisces with the eclipse. And so I was doing a message last night with my members over on YouTube. And a lot of what came up in that was also in me of like, okay, where am I potentially holding myself back at? And not pushing myself where what I want to do, just out of the fear of just like with the editing and all that jazz. And so that was something I had to sit with myself on because we got to do things different sometimes and got to get over that fear. But y'all let me know down below if that's something that y'all are interested in. And then members, make sure y'all check out. I posted a members video last night here on the channel as well. So without further ado, I'm going to get into my top six favorite countries so far that I've been in, that I've visited as a Black woman, and yeah, it's gonna be in order. It's gonna be in order. So starting off at number six is Cuba. I absolutely, and I want y'all to let me know down below too, um, if y'all expected this list, and let me know if you've been to any other countries on this list. And I want you to share down below what are some of your favorite countries that you've been to too, because I haven't been to all of them, so I need to know what countries I need to be going to. Okay, but number six is Cuba, and I really like Cuba because Cuba was out the way. Being at least when I went to Cuba, it was at a time where like you didn't have direct access to the world around you and outside of you unless you were in specific places with seeing the internet. I actually like the fact of not being able to know all the bad shit that was going on in the world. And so when I came back to the United States after leaving, Cuba was just like a bunch of just news articles and this happening, this happening, this happening. I feel like the quality of life was so different because there wasn't like a direct access to so much stuff that's going on in the world. And it made me sit and think like, you know, is not having access to some things a good thing? You know what I'm saying? In some ways, when it comes to your mental health, because everyone was nice. I love the art. I love the old cars. I love the beach experience. I love the people. It felt very calm. I didn't feel a sense of like people just had like this extra level of stress, you know what I'm saying? Because that's something that I have noticed within, like, even within Brazil where I'm at now. Brazil is number two. um Even though I do love being in Brazil because I just love the energy and I love how Brazil stays connected to a lot of the historical roots, especially within African cultures, the Yoruban culture, as well as different Ghanaian cultures as well. But they pay a lot of homage to like the Orishas and things of that nature here, and I love that about it. Like, the Black culture is embedded. It's not something like, oh, we got a month of Black history, and no, like, it's actually embedded into the culture, and everyone celebrates it, everyone connects with it. And so I love that here. Now I am flying out to my next destination in the country So I'm excited to fly out to that country where now I'm going to be, where it's going to be primarily dark skinned people in the area. So I'm going to have a chance to experience something different in that area. So I am excited about that. And that's like it's the slave port. So I'm heading to Salvador next. And so I've been in Rio, Sao Paulo, and then now I'm going to Salvador. So I'm excited to experience that culture as well. But I would say cultural wise, I love Brazil. The cost of living has been very good as well as within Brazil. Like I had my studio apartment for less than $1,000 for the month, you know. And so now of course it's going to be different in, you know, different places and things of that nature, but for the level of like luxury that comes within it, it's very much so worth it, and I loved it. And not once have I not felt safe here as well, because there a lot of times they, you know, say like, oh, watch out for this, watch out for that, but I think as long as you have street smarts and, you know, you watch out for certain things, like you'll be good, you know. Now, the third one is Costa Rica, and I know a lot of people love Costa Rica because of like the spiritual nature of Costa Rica. There's a lot of spiritual energy in Costa Rica. The waterfalls in Costa Rica are known to be like healing waters, in which I've experienced the waterfalls, and it was absolutely just beautiful. It was outside of the San Juan area, well, San Jose. I'll be messing up the name, sorry, not Puerto Rico, but being able to experience it in other areas. Now, I was only within the main area. I didn't transition out into, because there's like another area called Liberdad, something like that, and then you have Liberia. I didn't get a chance to go to those parts of the country, but the area where I was in, it was pretty nice. Now, I do feel like the cost of living in Costa Rica has been going up, but I think a lot of that is also going because a lot of immigrants have been moving there. You know, now I know we call ourselves expats because that's the glorified version of it. But when we're moving somewhere with the expectation of being there for a while, we are immigrants in that country, you know? And so with the more foreigners moving in into the country, that is changing like the prices and things of that nature within the country. So it's changing and it is becoming more gringo-ish, you know, if we're using their words. So that's one of the downfalls that I've been seeing in regards to Costa Rica, is that a lot of foreigners have been going into Costa Rica and they've been bringing, you know, a lot of their cultural aspects into there, which is, you know, kind of becoming more like a melting pot, or like an assimilation in a way, more like a melting pot. Um, but it's also been changing the cost of living and the energy of Costa Rica as well. But I did enjoy visiting Costa Rica, being in Costa Rica. It was absolutely beautiful. The people that I met was absolutely beautiful. But that is one of the countries where we're starting to see it become a little bit more, I mean, the words of what they like to say, you know, whitewashed in a lot of ways, you know. So we do want to watch out for that. Now, number four, Kenya. I absolutely loved Kenya. Oh my gosh. Kenya was my first country going to in Africa. And I absolutely love the safaris. I love the sense of Swahili. It made me want to start learning Swahili more. I need to get back to working on my Swahili, but I absolutely love the language. I love the fact of like, even within their education system, like their children are very intelligent. Like what they were learning in the kindergarten level, that's like in the kindergarten, what would be for us the age group, is like what our second and third graders were learning in the United States. They grow up learning a minimum of like three languages. I was there teaching for a little bit and we helped build a school. Um, but they come out learning Swahili, then Kiswahili, which is like more of like attuned to the Kenya area, because you know Kenya isn't the only country that speaks Swahili. And then a lot of them learn French and then English. Those are like the top four, but then some of them also learn like Mandarin, things of that nature. Like they're raised up from a young age to be able to be in foreign trade. Like it's a very big thing, especially for, you know, the education system. Now education is not free for everyone for their entire, you know, years or whatnot. So it's like, I think that's another reason why they pack a lot in such a short time, and education is taken very seriously, because education is not free up until a certain point. And so um I love learning that aspect about the culture and the people. It was beautiful. The weather felt beautiful. And it was so beautiful being able to experience the spaces that reminded me of Lion King as well, like the Lion King tree. That's what I call it, the Lion King tree, because I can't remember the name of the tree. But I absolutely love being able to experience it. And then being in the safaris, and it was like an open safari. So it was just like, nah, they hunt for their food, and being able to see that with my own eyes was very interesting just to be able to experience the culture as well as the culture of the Maasai, who are typically known as being like the tallest people in, what I'm saying, the world, basically. Like, they're very tall, okay? And so I strongly recommend that everyone goes to Kenya at least once. Now, number 5 is Ghana. I absolutely love Ghana. Oh my gosh, I love Ghana so much. I love Ghana so much. The energy, the space. I had a chance to travel from Cape Coast to Accra. We went deeper into the country more. Now, the cost of living is a little bit more expensive within Ghana, and I think a lot of that has to do with, capitalism and things of that nature. But the people, it's like they welcome you in as home. Not once did I not feel like I was home. Everyone was absolutely beautiful. Everyone was welcoming. A lot of people speak English as well. And so there wasn't like a huge major language barrier, but then there's a lot of welcoming there for definitely like Black Americans to move there. Now, one of the things with that is very similar to what we see happening within Costa Rica, where some gentrification happening, as you have more foreigners move in with their foreigner currency, mindsets, lifestyles, things of that nature, that can have an effect on the culture, on the space, on the communities, and things of that nature. So we do have to, be very, wary and pay attention to that as well, because that's real life, and seeing how we could potentially be affecting the lives of those who live there. And then number 6, a lot of you all may already like know this about me, but I love Colombia. Colombia was my absolute favorite country to go to. It's a country that I will always go to. It's the country that I've been to the most out of all countries that I've visited. I do plan on heading back there, pretty soon. It felt very just free. The air felt healing. The people are very nice, beautiful. The food, oh my gosh. I've had the best food in Colombia. Now, Ghana has some really good food too, especially when we're adding in like lentils and things of that nature. But my absolute favorite food has been Colombia, hands down. And then the cost of the living of the food, and like you get a lot of food. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, from the soups to the seafood to the, now I don't love all of the areas of Colombia. I wasn't a big fan of Medellin, nor was I a fan of Bogota. But Santa Marta and Cartagena, the coastline cities, oh my gosh, I absolutely loved it. Then the fact of the first free people of the Americas, between North America, Central America, South America, was in a village called Palenque in Colombia. And to see how they have upheld their culture, how they still have power within their community, um, their own way of currency, their own language. It was absolutely beautiful to be able to experience and see as well. You know what I'm saying? Being there, and they're very big on like music and things of that nature. So I absolutely love the experience of seeing that. But my body and my spirit just felt so free in Colombia. And I know Colombia has its, negative marks that people have against it because of some of the laws that they have there of what's free, not free, but what is allowed. And then, we talk a lot about the passport bros and things of that nature. But outside of that, the people are beautiful. The air is beautiful. The food is absolutely amazing. Colombia has something that I will always keep going back to. It has something that I will always keep coming back to. But those are my top 6 countries that I have loved as a Black woman traveling. Definitely let me know yours down below. If you have any topics that you would like for me to address or talk about in regards to travel, definitely let me know down below inside of the comments as well. I thank y'all for being here. If you are still here and you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and get subscribed to the channel. What you waiting on? Okay, become a deep thinker. Make sure, communicate with each other inside the comments as well, because we're building community and family within the space. So feel free to share, talk. Tell me if you've had bad experiences with any of the countries that I just mentioned. I'm interested in knowing. So, with all that said, I need y'all to always remember that sometimes shit is deeper than the surface. Okay? I love y'all. Bye.